You see it literally everywhere, right? The overnight billionaire, the relentless grinder who just never sleeps. But you really have to wonder, how much of that is reality and how much is just a carefully crafted illusion? In this explainer, we're jumping straight into how to achieve genuine, sustainable success without falling headfirst into the incredibly toxic trap of burnout. Okay, here's our roadmap for this explainer. First up, the rags to riches trope, followed by the toxic hustle trap, the science of grit, mastering deliberate practice, and finally, habits for true success. Let's kick things off with Section 1, the rags to riches trope. It's the absolute classic business story. But is starting with literally nothing and gaining everything just a fairy tale? So often, this trope is slapped onto people who actually started out with elite educations or massive family wealth, which totally muddies the waters of what genuine upward mobility actually looks like. Well, to really understand this, we have to look at how storytelling works. Tropes are familiar, deeply impactful narratives, but they can also be pretty toxic. If a story tells you that success only comes from endless suffering, or on the flip side, pure luck, it plants a really dangerous idea in your head. Research shows we actually have to actively pre-bunk these myths to protect ourselves. Now, take a look at some verified, evidence-based stories. We've got Oprah surviving extreme poverty, Howard Schultz starting in public housing, J.K. Rowling writing while on welfare, and Do-Hwan Chang working as a janitor before founding Forever 21. What unites them absolutely isn't luck. It's intense skill acquisition under incredibly heavy constraints. Genuine upward mobility is for sure possible, but it's slow, it's uneven, and it requires immense effort. Moving right along to Section 2, the toxic hustle trap. Okay, we need to pre-bunk a massive modern myth right now: hustle culture. The idea that glorifies the 80-hour workweek is completely flawed. Research shows that your productivity literally falls off a cliff after 55 hours. Working yourself into the ground isn't dedication, guys. It's just a fast track to severe burnout. And if you still aren't convinced of how dangerous this is, just think about this staggering number. In a single year, the World Health Organization found that over 745,000 deaths from stroke and heart disease were directly linked to working at least 55 hours a week. The risk of burnout literally doubles after 60 hours. Hustling isn't just exhausting. Scientifically speaking, it is lethal. It's like a night and day difference. Toxic productivity strips your energy, destroys your personal boundaries, and makes you resent your work. But purpose-driven work? Software pioneer David Heinemeier Hansson points out that true progress relies on a growth mindset and just 2 to 4 hours of uninterrupted, deep work a day. That is where the magic actually happens. Which brings us to Section 3, the science of grit. So if we're throwing out toxic hustle, what's the alternative? Well, it's grit. Psychologists define grit as the ability to stay locked onto massive long-term goals. It takes passion, persistence through adversity, and serious focus. But the real secret sauce here is PE, perseverance of effort. It's the ability to stick to a target without jumping ship the second things get hard. And the data totally backs this up. Gritty individuals achieve much higher academic levels and enjoy vastly more stable careers. Why? Because they face their fears head-on and don't back down. True perseverance predicts high-level performance, far better than raw intelligence or working 80-hour weeks ever could. All right, Section 4, mastering deliberate practice. So how do gritty people actually apply all that effort? It's all about deliberate practice. Dr. Sendrin von Scheich explains this perfectly. Experience alone just isn't enough. Just going through the motions on autopilot won't make you a master. You need highly focused, deliberate effort, specifically designed to fix your unique weaknesses. Now, brace yourself, because here is the ultimate reality check. Researcher K.A. Erickson found that even with deliberate practice, it takes at least 10 years of full-time dedication to reach true expert-level performance. 10 years. This totally shatters the overnight success myth once and for all. It's a decade-long marathon, not a sprint. So what does this actually look like on a day-to-day basis? Outdated models used to say, see one, do one, teach one. But modern deliberate practice uses a highly effective 4-step loop. See a lot, practice a lot, reflect a lot, and practice more. That reflection phase, that's the game changer. You have to ruthlessly analyze what went wrong so your next attempt is actually better. finally, Section 5, Habits for True Success. To actually survive a 10-year marathon, you need a serious, actionable blueprint. Drawing from Stephen R. Covey's legendary 7 Habits, the golden rule is this: focus on developing your internal character, not just a flashy external personality. Real, sustainable success works inside out. You have to build a bedrock of integrity first. Let's break down 4 of those really vital steps. First, be proactive. You dictate your response to circumstances. Second, think win/win. Success isn't a zero-sum game. Multiply your allies. Third, synergize. Cooperative work literally always beats isolated effort. And finally, and honestly most importantly to avoid burnout, sharpen the saw. You absolutely must carve out time to rest your body, mind, and soul. That is a non-negotiable boundary. And all of this leads us to an incredibly clarifying truth. Managing your boundaries is what unlocks deep work. If you can channel your energy into just 2 to 4 hours of highly focused, uninterrupted time, you will run circles around people mindlessly grinding for 80 hours. You own the property line of your time. So, take a hard look at your daily habits, your boundaries, and your long-term vision. Are you building a purposeful, gritty success story rooted in character and deliberate practice? Or are you just burning yourself out trying to live up to someone else's toxic hustle trope? Take the time to sharpen your saw, define your own path. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you in the next explainer.